So imagine having your very own AI. I mean, the seriously powerful one that knows all of your documents, all of your data, inside and out. But here's the catch. It never sends a single byte of your information to the cloud. Today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're laying out the complete blueprint for a private alternative to services like NotebookLM, one that puts you, and only you, in complete control.
But before we dive in, let's just ask a really important question. Every time you upload a document or ask a question to one of those big commercial AIs, where does that data actually go? Are you really okay with your personal notes, your research, your private information being used to train some massive corporate model you don't own and can't control?
And that's the real problem, isn't it? These commercial tools are amazing, no doubt, but they are complete black boxes. You feed your data in, you get a slick answer out, but you have absolutely zero idea what happens in between. At the end of the day, it's their computer, their AI model, and their rules.
Well, today, we're going to change that. It's time to take back control, and we're going to do it with a solid blueprint. This isn't just about being paranoid about privacy, it's about building something that is way more powerful, way more customized, and works exactly the way you want it to.
So what's the solution? It's a self-hosted system running on your own hardware, right in your own home. Just think about that for a second. You get all the incredible power of tools like NotebookLM. You know, analyzing documents, answering complex questions, generating new content, but it's all happening inside your own private digital fortress. Your data never, ever leaves your network. Okay, so here's how we build the foundation. We're going to use a fantastic and free tool called Proxmox. It lets us run multiple virtual computers on just one physical machine. It's kind of like having a whole team of specialists instead of one person trying to do every single job. Each virtual machine, or VM, gets its own specialized task. This makes the whole setup incredibly efficient and scalable, and you can get amazing performance even on older hardware you might already have.
All right, let's meet the players on this AI dream team. Each one of these virtual machines has a very specific, very important role. And once you see how they all work together, you'll understand how we can create this seamless assembly line, taking a simple document and turning it into a finished piece of content.
First up, we've got the document processor. I love this one. Think of it as your system's intelligent librarian. Its entire job, 24/7, is to take anything you throw at it, PDFs, websites, even audio files, and just meticulously process it, index it, and get it perfectly organized so the AI can understand it. Now, this isn't some kind of magic. It's a stack of incredible open-source tools that you can use right now. For example, we use something called ChromaDB as our vector database. Now, that's just a fancy way of saying it's a special database that stores the meaning of your text, not just the words. We combine that with powerhouse tools like Whisper for turning audio into text and others for pulling text from PDFs and websites. This is the real deal toolkit for building your own AI.
Next up, we have the heart of the entire operation, the LLM Inference VM. This is the creative engine. This is the powerhouse with the big GPU, and it's where all the actual thinking and reasoning happens. It takes all that beautifully organized information from our librarian, and it uses it to generate brand new text, answer your questions, and even write entire scripts. And you know what the best part is? You get to pick the engine. You can go with a great balanced model like Llama 3.1 8B, or if you need speed, something like Mistral 7B is fantastic. For that really deep, heavy-duty thinking, you can spin up a massive 70 billion parameter model. There are even models that are specialists in understanding documents. The power to choose is entirely yours. But hey, what if you want to actually hear the results? That's where the audio generation VM comes into play. This machine is literally the voice of your AI. It takes whatever script a creative engine writes and turns it into really high-quality spoken audio. It's perfect for creating your own private podcasts, narrating articles, you name it.
And just like with the brain, you have amazing choices for the voice. XTTS V2 is just mind-blowing. It can clone a voice from just a 6-second audio clip. It's incredible. Then you have Bark, which is great for adding emotion and even sound effects. And if you need that super polished professional sound, Coqui TTS delivers production-ready quality.
Okay, so we've got our librarian, our creative engine, and our voice. But how do we get them all to work together without tripping over each other? Well, that's the job of the orchestration VM. Think of this one as the project manager or the conductor of our AI orchestra. It runs the simple web page you interact with, and it directs all the traffic, telling the librarian what to process, the engine what to write, and the voice what to say. It's the glue that holds the whole thing together.
So now that you've met the whole game, let's actually see them in action. We're going to follow a piece of data all the way through the system, from the moment you upload a document to the moment a fully generated piece of content comes out the other end. It all kicks off with what we call the ingestion workflow. You upload a file, the system automatically figures out what it is and extracts all the text. Then, and this is the really clever part, it breaks that text into smaller, manageable chunks. For every single chunk, it creates a special numerical fingerprint called an embedding. You can think of it like a set of GPS coordinates on a giant map of ideas. These embeddings get stored in our vector database, ready and waiting.
And now for the really fun part, the generation pipeline. When you ask a question, the system instantly uses your question's own GPS coordinates to search that map of ideas and find the most relevant chunks from all of your documents. It bundles those chunks up, hands them to the big LLM as context along with your question, and boom, in moments you get your answer. And that answer can be simple text, a fully scripted podcast, or even the foundation for a video. So we've covered the how, we know how it works, but let's talk about the why. Why is this approach just so much better? Well, it really boils down to two huge things: privacy and performance.
Let's just break down the costs for a second. With a cloud service, you're paying a subscription fee every single month, forever, and you're handing over your data. With this self-hosted system, your only real ongoing cost is the electricity to run it. We're talking maybe 50, maybe $100 a month. In return, you get absolute total privacy, and you can customize it in any way you can imagine. Yes, there's an upfront cost for the hardware, but as you're about to see, that pays for itself ridiculously fast.
Yeah, you're seeing that right. That initial investment in hardware, in just 2 to 3 months, the system has completely paid for itself compared to what you'd spend on a premium cloud subscription. After that, you're running one of the most powerful private AI setups on the planet for basically the cost of keeping a few light bulbs on.
But honestly, the real payoff here goes way beyond just saving money. You get total, uncompromised data privacy because the system never makes a call to an outside service. Ever. You have limitless customization to tweak the models and build your own workflows, and you can start building advanced features like automated content pipelines that commercial services just can't or won't offer.
Okay, look, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds like a massive, complicated project, but it is absolutely achievable. You just don't have to build the whole thing at once. The secret is having a clear, step-by-step roadmap.
You could follow a simple 12-week path, something just like this. In the first 2 weeks, just focus on getting the basic computers up and running. Then you bring the brain online, the LLM. After that, you give it a voice. By breaking this down into these small, manageable sprints, you'll see real, tangible progress every single step of the way.
So let's just recap what you actually gain here. When you follow this blueprint, you get absolute control over your data and your AI models. You create a flexible, future-proof platform that you can build on for years to come. And you build a seriously powerful and seriously cost-effective alternative to being locked into somebody else's ecosystem.
Because at the end of the day, this isn't just a technical project. It's a creative one. Once you have this system running, a system that is completely private, completely secure, and tailored perfectly to you, the only real limit is your own imagination. Your private AI is waiting. So what will you create?